So good, good. You guys are very excited, huh? Nice one. So, guys, so as I said yesterday, I'll be starting everything from scratch. So, from scratch meaning a bilkul scratch. Let's talk about from the client, from the server, and what is this client server architecture. As I said, as you know, also, I don't like to go with the PPTs reading it. Let's jump on to the actual stuff, right? No basics prerequisites required. Just as I said, come with plain mind, right? And then just concentrate on my class, and that is more than sufficient. I'll put everything in your brains. Let's see today. Okay, Rakesh? All right. So let's talk about the first topic, client server architecture. So before I go for the client server architecture, Chiti, I just wanted to ask first question. What is client in your perspective? What is client? Come up with, guys, is it correct, wrong, doesn't matter. Whatever you feel, just put it in the chat. Doesn't matter at all. Okay, you say customer, okay, who interacts, a needy guy, okay, which takes service from server, good, customer, user side, who received the data, correct, okay, a device, end user, good. So, who needs a service? Very good, guys, very interactive sessions. Okay, so now, what you said is perfectly right. Right. So there are different perspectives, correct? As we are talking about the cloud, as we are talking about the infrastructure, server, clients, and all. So let's take a best example that we use every day, right? So can I take a best example as a browser? Can we say browser is a kind of client? Everyone, can we say that, Chiti? So let's say instead of going, okay, let me put a nice definition first and then we'll go there. So if you ask me, sir, what is the simple definition of client? Then I would say very simple. I say that it's which requests a resource. What is that today? What is a client? Everyone put this in the chat. What is client? Client meaning which request a resource. Okay. You can say client meaning, so we are not talking about the customer perspective. Let's talk about the server level, infrastructure level perspective today, right? What you said is client meaning customer, that is correct. That is another way. As we are talking about here, traffic, infrastructure, network, all these things. So client meaning here, which request a resource. In another words, we can say that the guy who is always asking, give me that, give me this, give me that, give me this. The guys which are asking, we can call it as client, which is requesting a resource. As I said, let's take a best example that we use every day in our daily life. Which one is that? Let's take as a browser. Okay. So in browser, what we request? You open the browser and you type what? Let's take, for example, google.com. So what you're requesting, Chiti, here, google.com is one of the resource, no? Chiti, yes? Google.com is one of the resource, no? Right? So you open the browser, right? And then you open google.com, that is requesting. So now the client here is the browser and client is requesting what? The client is requesting google.com a resource. Okay, if the client is requesting on the left side, it is requesting google.com, there should be on someone on the other side who will be responding to this request, no? Who is that bloody guy? Who is that guy on the other end Who is responding to this request? What is that? Yes, that is server, right? So instead, if someone asks what is server, then you can proudly say simple line. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Simply which respond to that resource. Simple. Simple. That's it. No more big definitions. And server is, in other words, we call it as queuing. The client is asking and server is queuing. Simple, no? Why to take so big risk, that big definition in the internet? Huh? So what is client in single line answer, guys? Which request a resource. What is server? Which respond to that particular resource is called the server. So instead of, if someone is asking what is server, instead of saying, sir, that is a dabba which is somewhere which we cannot see, and we always talk to him, we log into that. Instead of just doing all these things, simply you can say that which respond to the resource is called a server. So the client will ask, and then here the server will be responding to the client. Chitty, getting it? Getting it? Simple. We'll keep it very simple. Later we'll put all kind of masala. Okay. Okay. So tell me, if this client and server wants to talk to each other, if they want to talk to each other, can we say that they both should be in the network? Without network, can they talk to each other, Chitty? No. So they both should be inside the network. Okay, now you tell me, what are the components, what are the things that we have in network? Just list down, guys. Just put it. Whatever you feel, you put it. Except Boothulu. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. You will get router, LAN, IP address, DNS. Okay. Go ahead. Hub, printers, subnets, firewalls. Okay. Those who don't know anything about this, don't worry. Whatever they're putting, just read it. Right? So we have so many things available in the network, correct? So is it possible for us to go and identify each and everything, whether this is a client or this is a server? Is that possible for us to go and identify? No, no. It doesn't make any sense, no, for us. So do I care really a hub is a client or a server? Do I need to care? No. Why headache? So in network, there are so many components available. So I will say, instead of calling each and everything, can I call it as a device? Everything in the network, can I call it as firewall is a device, hub is a device, printer is a device, that is a device, this is a device, and this device can be either a client or a server. Simple, na? Guys, instead of identifying each and everything is a client or a server, can you simply call it as a device? Okay, let's say, for example, if someone asks hub is a device or a hub is a client or a server, I will say that hub is a device. If it is requesting something, it will be a client. If it is giving something, it is responding to something, then it will be a server. Correct? Let's generalize this. So device can be either a client or a server in the network. Agree, everyone? Understood? Okay. Now we know what is client. Now we know what is server, right? And they both are in network. And in network, we have so many components that we call it as devices. Okay. Now, there are, in this entire network, there are different types. Guys, in the network, can I say we have clients and servers available inside the network? Can we say that? Network consists of clients and servers? Yes. The whole network is consists of clients and servers. Now, based on many requirements and analysis, the people came up with different types of architectures. There are different types of client server architectures. Do you know that? Have you heard about this? There is something called one-tier architecture, Chiti. And we have two-tier architecture. And we have three-tier architecture. Yes. How many types of architectures are there? Kinds of architectures are there, Chiti? What is your answer? 3. One tier, two tier, and three tier. Yes, Subhasri. Till now, you guys are, you know, theory, only theory. Let's now implement and see how this really works. How we can implement one tier, how we can implement two tier, how we can implement three tier, which one is the best, what is the difference between all these things? Let's see today. Interesting. So whatever I am talking from today, everything will be useful for your upcoming topics. Okay, for the cloud, AWS cloud. We'll talk, Karim bhai, we'll talk everything. I don't leave even any one single doubt in your brains. Okay, let's take, but be patient. Let's go one by one. Okay, so let's start about one tier today. Okay, today let's go with the one tier architecture. Is that clear till here? All good? Smooth as butter? Okay, nice. Non-IT team? Okay, ma? City, non-IT guys, getting it? NCC? Good. Okay, so experienced people, please bear with me. Okay, so this might be also interesting for you. So in this one-tier architecture, let's talk about the first one-tier architecture. So in this one-tier architecture, as the name suggests, one tier, it has only one layer. How many layers are there in one-tier architecture? Only one layer will be there. So how this will be useful? Let me take a real-time example that we use daily. Okay, let's consider your laptop only. Let's consider your laptop. City, this is your laptop. Okay. Okay, this is your laptop. Don't tell me, sir, my laptop will not look like this. Okay, this is the laptop. So let's say you are a developer and you have a laptop and you have developed a nice website. Okay, you have developed a nice website. Okay, as it is in laptop, can you tell me this website you will be able to access within the laptop only? No, agree? Within the laptop, can you able to access your website? As you have developed your own website, you have the code in your laptop. Can you access the website in your own website in your own laptop? Obviously, yes. So if you're accessing, you're putting in URL called localhost. Have you heard about localhost, Titi? Localhost meaning your laptop only. If you open the local host, people call it as local host or people call it as a local machine. Everything your laptop only, it's local host, local machine. Everything what you do by yourself in your machine, that is your local host or local machine. Okay, now question for you here is, as you said, you can able to open this website in your own laptop, that is fine. But generally, whenever you develop any website, it is for you or it is for everyone? It is for you or it is for everyone? Did you answer it? It's for everyone, no? As you have that in your laptop, can you tell me, can everyone can access your website from outside to your laptop? Answer is no. Answer is no. Right? Answer is no. You cannot have your website open to everyone having in your laptop. So you are able to access from your in your laptop. So your laptop itself is a client. Your laptop itself will act as a server. Do we have a clients coming from outside? No. Right? Everything will be available inside your own laptop. So I'm giving an example of laptop. This can be any device. So anything which is that itself is acting as a client, that itself is acting as a server, that will be a one-tier architecture. Now you tell me, Chitti, will this be useful in our real time? Will this be useful? Excellent answer. This is gone case. No more one-tier architecture. No one is talking about this one-tier architecture. If it is dead, do we need to spend more time on this one-tier? There is nothing also to talk in one-tier architecture. So do we need to concentrate more on one-tier architecture? No, no one is using. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. Let's move on to the next one, which is, what is the next one, Chitti? Two-tier architecture. Let's talk. What is this guy saying? Two-tier architecture. Okay. As the name says, two-tier architecture, can you guess how many layers will be there inside this? 2 layers. Fantastic. So the number one is, we call it as client layer, and number two, we call it as Chitti, server layer. Concentrate, server layer. Client layer and then server layer. So what is the example that we took initially about the client? Right? Browser, correct? What is an example that we took? Browser. So let's say, for example, now here, this is the server. Okay, Chitti, this is the server, Chitti. Let's talk about the server layer first. So if we take the server, what will have? The server will have its own hardware. Server will have its own hardware. I write this. Server has its own hardware. Good. And then server will have its own operating system on top of it. Yes. Operating system. Okay. So we have a hardware. On top of it, we have an operating system, right? And then on top of it, what we do, we will put our own applications. We'll put our website or any application. Yes or no? We'll put an application. Okay, good. So we have the application there. Now that application should be connected to the database, no? Guys, generally we need to have a database also in the backend, no? In order the application should work, correct? We need to have a database, right? So yes, so we need to have a databases on this machine. Okay. Okay, this application might be developed in any kind of language. Let's say your Java. Okay. .NET. Right? And then Python, etc. Let's not deviate. Let's talk about that later. Andre, let's concentrate here. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have Java, .NET, Python. So any kind of language, any kind of, you have the application developed. Okay, on the databases, can you tell me a few examples on the databases that you know? MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL, right? We have different types of databases, correct? Okay, so imagine that we have some databases there. GTC, how I'm taking you. So all this application should be connected to this database in order to work. Agree? Right. Very good. So we have the application ready, right? So we have our server. This is our server. So this is our server. right? On the server, we have hardware. On top of it, we have operating system. And top of it, we have put an application and a database, and applications are connected to the database, and my application is superbly working. And there should be some clients now from browser from outside that will be connected to this application. By seeing the diagram itself, we should be able to understand everything. So these are the clients that we have. Clients is nothing but these are different browsers, different people accessing different browsers. Run different browsers, CT. So these are all the clients, what we have, those are connecting from outside. Leon, log out and log in, rejoin, you will be able to see. Okay. So these are all the clients. So can we call all these client as a client layer, guys? Yes, everyone? These are all client layers, kada? Yes. And also, can you tell me, do you really worried about this client layer? Do we need to really worry about this client layer? Because once it is aired in the internet, do we need to worry? No, we don't need to worry. Because why do I care about like Pooja accessing my website? So that Netflix or Amazon Prime Video cares about you, that how you're accessing their website? No. So once they have aired in the internet, when they have hosted this application on the internet, right, people will start accessing it. So people started accessing my website. Okay, see these guys. Okay, people started accessing it like this. I have to be perfect. So everyone started connecting to this. Guys, my screen is visible, no? No issues, correct? Everything is good? Okay. Okay, everyone started connecting to my server, guys, like this. Everyone started connecting to my server. Okay. Now, if this is server, Chiti, if this is server, can you tell me, this might be having some capacity, no? Let's say it has some 4 GB RAM and with 2 CPU, okay? It has from 50 GB hard disk. 50 GB hard disk. Okay. Now tell me, everyone tell me how much RAM we have allocated for this server. What is the memory for this server now? 4 GB. Correct? 4 GB. Now the machine has only the 4 GB. Now this application will say to operating system, "Arey wo operating system, oh boy, hello, operating system." And operating system from bottom, it will look up and say, "Yeah, application, tell me what's wrong. How can I help you?" And application will say that everyone are using me. Allocate me 2 GB RAM of memory, because if I don't work, no one will reach you. So I need 2 GB RAM from you. So it has given a dhamki or warning. And database is seeing with one eyebrow going up and says that, "Arey chicha, operating system, right? My name is database. You know that? Database. Without database, application will not work. You also give me 2 GB RAM." And poor operating system, what it says? Application, you are asking 2 GB RAM. Database also asking 2 GB RAM. मेरे पास sensor. What do I left there? So what is left for me here? Nothing, no, guys. So a big fight will be happening between inside this machine. A fight will be happening between application, database, and operating systems here. When the fight is happening, who is the most affected person? That guy says no. Who is the most affected person? The client is the most affected person when there is a fight happening inside the server. When the fight happens, can you tell me, when the fight happens, what is the end result? Go ahead, guys. What is the end result to the client? Go ahead with those names. Crash, down, slow. What are the words that you use? Lag, hang, bad performance. What are the words that you use? Unreachable, not unstoppable. It's unreachable. What else you use? Freeze, freeze. Okay. Okay. Tata, goodbye. No response. Right? Not responding. No response or not responding. See, now you understood why people uses this kind of words. What is the logic behind it, guys? Server down. This is the most common word people say, the server down. So, correct. So this is the reason why people says that the machine is crashed, server hanged, bad performance, reachable, server down, not respond. All these words will come. The main reason behind it is this. So let's find the root cause on this. This is the problem. How to resolve this? Chiti, first and foremost, tell me, is it recommended to put application and database? So these are all like, wife and husband or boyfriend. I don't how should I call them? Who is the people always fight each other? Right? I don't know, but yeah. So we should not keep we should not keep both of them in the same room. What we should do? Yeah, Tom and Jerry. Let's put Tom and Jerry. Thank you, Jahangir bhai. Right? So this Tom and Jerry, can you tell me, is it recommended to put Tom and Jerry both in the same room, same machine? No. What is the best way to do? Separate them. What is that today? Separate them. So keep the application in one machine, keep the divorce. Very well. Okay, let's not go that way. People will reach me here. Okay. So Ria sir told not to have wife in the same room. So let's you go away. That's the room. Huh? Okay, don't do that. She'll feel bad though. So here, application and database. My recommendation here is right as the fight is happening for the resources, for the capacity. It's not recommended to have application database on the same machine. That is our first. That is our first analysis. Agree? It is not recommended to have application and database on the same machine. City, everyone agree? This analysis? Okay, that is good. Now, do you recommend this for the production environment, this two-tier architecture? By the way, sorry to use that word called production environment. Do you know what is production environment? No, no worries. So let me give a simple example. Okay. I always use this word. You guys are playing PUBG. The PUBG is still available or banned? I don't know. Okay. Let's take PUBG or some other G. Okay. So okay. Okay. So let's say most of the people PUBG might have used this. Okay. So do you all agree that we will be having a PUBG server in the backend where the game will be there? Agree. And then we have the client, that meaning you, who will be opening your phone, mobile phone, and getting connected to the PUBG server. Yes, and then PUBG server will get the data to your mobile phone. Yes, same thing, client server only. City, everything in our life, it is client server only. Okay, so this is the client, this is your mobile phone. Okay, this is your mobile. This is mobile, you open your mobile and you started playing this machine, this PUBG, right? I never played, believe me, but when my sister's kids are playing, one time, I shared this joke. One time I was sleeping and this guy all of a sudden started screaming, they're killing me, killing me, killing me. Arey bhai, I thought like I got scared and I got up and then I thought he is having a nightmare or a bad dream, right? And then he's inside the blanket, and when I open the blanket, he's playing that PUBG, and I kicked him. But the thing is, yeah. So I saw that there are so many weapons, guns will be there inside that PUBG server, correct? On that PUBG game. Okay, now tell me. Okay, I put it to everyone. Now go ahead with your responses. Okay, do you have me? Okay, so now let's say, for example, you want to have a new gun. So that meaning that gun will be developed, right? The gun will be developed by the developers, no? Agree? But in the game, the gun or some scenario, the site or whatever it is, will be developed by the developer, no? Okay. Once he has developed, can you tell me, can he put directly onto the server whatever he has developed? Tell me. Tell me your ideas. No, no, it's not. Why? Who knows that whatever the code that he did is correct or not? If it failed, your main server, that all the clients are connected to this main server, this server will go down. If that main server goes down, what will happen? The client will get affected, no? So he will not put directly on the server. What he'll do? He developed and then he test everything by himself, right? And he put it in server, and that is called dev environment, right? Whatever he put it, that is whatever he developed by his own, that is called dev environment or development environment. Now he put it, once it is developed, he need to test it, no, guys? So once he has developed, then he'll put it in another server and then test it. This is called test environment or QA environment. There are different wordings, different names. Okay, or we call it as UAT environment. Whatever. So for now, you just put dev test. Okay. Once it is success here, then it will be pushed the code to your live server, which the servers which are available live, and that environment we call it as prod environment, that meaning or production environment. So these layers will be there if you want to deploy your code to your live servers. Now you all understood what is dev environment, test environment, and production environment now? Chiti? All good, ma? Smooth as butter? Okay. Now you tell me this two-tier architecture is good in your prod environment? Two-tier architecture is good for your prod environment? Answer is no. Because in this two-tier architecture, your application and database will be in the same machine. Is that good? No. So this two-tier architecture is good for your dev environment and testing environment? Answer is yes. So guys, this two-tier architecture might be good for your dev environment or test environment, but not for production environment, right? It's a big no for because all the clients will be connected to your server, and your server start fighting with each other inside, and the client will get affected. So it is not right. So on the prod environment, it's not good, but it is good. Okay, now this two-tier environment. Okay, let's put a question like this: where do we use this two-tier architecture? Okay, now I take example for Sri Vidya. Sri Vidyama. So you are working with me in my company, you are in my team. And I told, hey, Sri Vidya, can you do some setup? Can you do some setup? I give you a requirement and I have asked you to set up some application. Now, Sri Vidya, will she ask me, Riya sir, give me one server for application, give me one server for database, give me one server for that, give me one server for this. Can she ask 5 or 4 servers? What is your answer? దీనికి మీరేం చెప్తారు sir? What is your answer? Answer is no. How many servers will I give? I'll give only one server. I'll give only one server, and I'd ask her, say Vidya, whatever you want to do the POC. POC meaning proof of concept. That meaning you do testing, development, whatever you do it in that machine. Once that is success, then I'll give in when you go to when you go to production environment, we'll keep it in different machines. Now you tell me, Sri Vidya will be doing her setup in which tier? Right? Yes, everything in local, one tier or two tier. That meaning application, database, whatever, right? Whatever she want to put it, everything she will be putting in that same machine. If you have application, database, everything in same machine, right? What is that tier called? It's a two-tier architecture. Correct? You can combine it to your one tier also, but one tier is dead. It's gone. So she's doing on server, not on the client side itself, on the laptop. She's doing on the server side. Correct? Now you understand where to use this two-tier architecture for any kind of development or testing, then you can go with this two-tier architecture. So everyone, can you tell me this two-tier architecture is good for prod now? For prod, two-tier architecture is good for prod, everyone? Answer it. I need answers from everyone. Answer is big no. Guys, don't get diverted. Don't get diverted. I'll give time at the end of the class. Okay, we'll talk there. Good. So now, are you interested to know what kind of architecture we have it in prod? That meaning three-tier architecture. Should we learn that? Is this clear till here, everyone? Two-tier architecture, Chitti, everyone? All good? Anati? Super. Now, let's talk about three-tier architecture. Now, let's talk about three-tier architecture here. Okay, very important. As I said, sit properly. Don't lie down. Don't lie on your stomach. Sit down properly and listen. Very important. Okay. Now, in this three-tier architecture, can you guess how many layers will be there? 3 layers. So I would say that is called client layer, right? Client layer, and I call it here it as application layer. What we are doing it in now, we are separating it, see? And then we call it as database layer. How many layers are there? 3 layers. What are those, everyone? Client layer, application layer, and present database layer. And this client layer is also called it as presentation layer. Yes, developers in your language. And this application layer is also called it as business logic layer. And then database layer is also called it as DB layer or data layer. Yes, can we also call like this? Okay. So we have three layers, City: client layer, application layer, and then database layer. So now what we're gonna do is, guys, we are separating application and the database into different machines. So I have here what is the server called? Okay. So can I call this as application server? Can I call this as application server? And I call this as what server, Chiti? Yes. You no need to be super pandit to understand this. Whatever I'm talking, you're able to understand, no? Logics. Okay. This application, just put it. Don't have a mindset that, okay, don't have another mindset. Whatever I'm talking, just try to understand. That's it. You will able to understand everything. So you have a hardware. On top of it, what you have operating system for each server. That is common. So here we have a hardware. Same thing here also we have hardware. Here also we have operating system. Same thing here we have operating system. Right? Okay. What is the size of this? So should I go with 4 GB RAM? Same thing. So this has its 4 GB RAM, and this also has its own 4 GB RAM because those are different servers. Okay. Now I'll put my application here. I'll put my application. So this application can be written in any kind of language, correct? Chiti? It can be written in your Bava, and it can be written in your. I love to call Bava. Okay, it's Java only. Don't think Arisa doesn't know spelling of Java also. Re. Not. Okay, so we have a Java, .NET, Python, in whichever that you are interested in. Guys, I don't mind if you smile also. If you put smiley symbols, I like that even more. He. See, Pooja is laughing, smiling. So, and then here we have a database. Let's have fun learning. Okay. See, now, guys, we have separated application server and then database server into two different things. Now, you tell me, guys, now, is there any chance to have a fight happening between them, Tom and Jerry? No, correct? So if there is no fight is happening, what is the end result? What is the end result? Good performance. Fantastic. Now you understand how to make anything, your infrastructure to be performing well. Right. Anyways, we have here clients which will be connected. So all these are clients that are getting connected to the server. So very good. No lag, nothing. And all the clients are getting connected to the server. Okay. I'll give you a twist to see. All these clients are getting connected to this server. And as there is no fight is happening, you will get a good performance. Super. Okay. All clear, guys? Till here? Okay. So now there are few things. Okay, all the clients will be connected to the application server, and application server will be connected to the database server like this and fetch the data, right? And fetch the data, and database server will give back a response to the application server, and application server will give back response to your client. That's how it works. Now, one simple interview question. Till now, we were talking about application server, application server. Chiti, what is application server? If your interviewer asks you, what is application server? What do you say? What do you say? Excellent. So simple thing you put like this. The server which has application hosted, correct? Keep it simple. Is called application server. Is called application server. Okay. If they ask about database server, what is database server? What is database server? Same thing. The server which has database installed, or the server which stores the data, is called database server, or you can call it as DB server also. Simple definitions. Chiti, making sense? Okay. Another question for you. How does this application server, can I say application server is a device? I told you everything in a network is a device. Can application server can call it as a device? Yes. Database server, can I call it as a device? That server? Yes. Can you tell me two devices communicate with each other with what? Two devices can talk to each other, can communicate with each other using what? Network in there. But how? How they will connect? Through? Yes. Through IP address or with the host name. So every machine will have its own IP address and host name. Now, do you all agree that? First of all, let me write that. So these are all interview questions for you. Okay. Devices communicate with each other in the network with IP and host name. So now question is, what is IP address? City, what is IP? Bolo bhai. What is IP? Okay, you said IP meaning internet protocol. You know how it is? If I'd ask what is dosa, and you said that dosa is which is in round shape. Okay, I know IP meaning internet protocol. But what is internet protocol? So what is the definition? What do you think about it? Okay, now how do we have Aadhaar card ID, Aadhaar card number? Everyone have the Aadhaar card number, no? Right? So that Aadhaar card number is unique. Can we say it is unique, or it can be duplicated? It is, right? It's a unique. So every person in India can be identified as an Aadhaar card number using Aadhaar card number. Yes. And you have an Aadhaar card number as well as you have the name. So you will be identified with the Aadhaar card number and Aadhaar card name, correct? The same way here also in the network, each device will be identified as with the IP address, which is the unique, or with the name of the server. So I would say IP is a unique identifier for a device in the network. Simple. Guys, my definition will not be available in Google also. Okay, that's how simple we will write. So IP is a unique identifier for a device in the network. Simple. Simple. First, you need to understand. As I said, first you understand, then you put big lines, big masalas. Okay, what is IP address? IP is a unique identifier for a device in the network. Chiti, what is host name? Host name. Name of the server is called the host name. Aadhaar card, you have a name on your Aadhaar card, no? I'm not talking about your photo, right? Name. Name of the server. Here, host name meaning name of the server, we call it as host name. No. Let's not get those concepts here. We'll talk. I'll go step by step. Chiti, yes? Is it good? Isn't it good? We'll go step by step. Let's not jump. Okay, I'll take care of everything I said. Right? So you see the steps from 1 to 10. Shall we jump to 1 to 8th? 8th step? No. Let's go step by step. Let's slowly. I'll inject slowly. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Chide, getting it? Everyone clear till here? Okay. Now question for you. Experienced people, the for you also. And now experienced people, can we back me up here? Isn't it good to know all these things before we move forward? What is your take? It's 200% important. Without all these things, logics, you cannot you cannot move forward. Right? Yes. Thank you for that. Yes. Okay. Now question for you. If for everyone, see, I won't need answers here. Clients are getting connected to whom? Application server. Everyone, clients are getting connected to the application server, correct? Okay. What does your application server has? Your application server has a code, correct? Your application server has the code. Okay. All the clients are getting connected to the application server. And whatever in your company, let's say you have 50 developers, day and night, they work hard, they did a very hard work and they developed the code, which they put it here. And now all clients are getting connected directly to that application server, which your code is also exposed. Can you tell me, is it good that clients are getting connected to the application server directly? So your application server should be in public or private. Okay, I'll take your point. Let's take, you said private. If it is private, clients can connect to your private machine from outside. Hold on, Naresh. Clients cannot connect to the private because it is same like you have a bedroom in your house. Can someone can directly come to your bedroom? It is your private. No. Can someone can come to your balcony? Correct. So I cannot keep my application server public because my code is there. If I keep private, my clients will not able to connect. How to deal with this situation? What do you think, guys? Tell me. Hmm? So to handle this situation, there is one more guy who can come in between here. One guy who can come here. and that guy name is web server. What is that? What is it, guys? Everyone? Nowhere in the world can go slow like this. Siva, you have to bring up, concentrate. Yeah, web server. What is that? Web server. Correct. So what does this web server? What does this web server do? Right. So yes, Srikanth, you are my. I understand. So guys, takes the request, right? It takes the request and redirect to the application server. This is the job of web server. Will there be any code here in this web server? No code. Only few configurations will be there. So all the clients will be connected, will be hitting the web server, and web server will be redirecting to the application server. So now this web server will be public or private. This I can make it public. My application server will be private, and my database server, obviously, it is in private. Guys understood? Guys understood? Clear? So the whole thing is called three-tier architecture. Before this web server comes, we have client layer, application layer, and database layer, right? So these three will become three-tier architecture. The three will become three-tier architecture. Okay, this three will become three-tier architecture, guys. Now you might ask, sir, you have added web server also. Isn't it four-tier architecture? No. And now this is called entire architecture. What we call it as entire architecture. So based on our requirement, based on our security, we can add how many layers you want to add, you can add. That's why we call it as entire architecture. Now, will you vote this architecture for your production environment? Yes, it's good for production. And I'll put the definition of web server also for your interview questions. So what is web server? Right, web server which takes the request and redirect or route to the application servers. This is called web server. Got it? So your application server should always be in private. Keep that in mind. I'll write here for you. Application server should be always private. Don't expose to public. Wow. You see this now? Mind blowing. Mind is blowing with your paint server. Really. Right. So guys, we will go like this only. I told you. Okay, let me give a try now. Guys, everyone ready? Let's have a shootout round now. Okay, everyone ready on the chat with me? Let's type. So answer me, guys. What is client? How I have teached, you have to respond like that only. What is client? What is client? Which request a resource? Fantastic. And what is an example of the client that we took? Browser. Fantastic. And then what is server? Which which respond to that particular request. Fantastic. So the client and server, they both should be inside the network. Fantastic. So in the network, we called all the component as device. Fantastic. How many client server architectures are there? 3. Which one is FASAC? Dead. 1-tier architecture. And we have 2-tier architecture. Inside this 2-tier architecture, how many layers are there? 2 layers. What are those layers in 2-tier architecture? Yes, client layer and then server layer. Do we need to really worry about the client layer? No. On the server layer in 2-tier architecture, we are keeping application database in the same machine, correct? Yes. Is it recommended to have application and database in the same machine? No. If it is in the same machine, what will happen? Fight, crash, all these things will happen. Do you all recommend 2-tier architecture for production environment? So in which environment that you can recommend or can be used a bit? Dev and test environment. Is it also secure, your 2-tier architecture? No. Just in case if someone hacked your machine, your code, and then your database, everything is gone. So which one is highly recommended now? 3-tier architecture. So what are the layers we have in 3-tier architecture? Client layer, application layer, and then database layer. Fantastic. So do you all agree we have separated application database into different machines in 3-tier architecture, correct? So if you separate application database into different machines, so any fight will happen? No. If there's no fight happening, so what is the end result we have? Performance. Good. So what is application server? Where application is hosted. Super. What is database server? Where DB is hosted. Super. 2 devices in the network can communicate with each other with IP. What is IP address? It's a unique identifier. What is the host name? Name of the server. Your application should be in public or private? Private. Your database server should be in public or private? Private. So if your application server is in private, clients can connect to your private server directly? No. Is it recommended to connect directly to your application server? No. What do you put in front of it? Web server. What does the web server will take? Web server will take the request and redirect to the application server. That's it. Did I push into your brains? How can you answer all these things? Huh? Injected? That's exactly what I'm saying. Without knowing, I'll be injecting in your brains. Not only this, entire AWS until the end of the course, we'll be going like this only. Not only this, big difficult topics also, I'll be injecting in your brains. No need of even revision. Excellent. Macha, I told you, no, you are in safe hands. Do not worry. Be happy. Aram say within 50 or 55 days, I'll push everything in your brains. Okay. Okay. And see, guys, tomorrow we have a class. Okay. Guys, you tell me, Chiti, is it good to break the class tomorrow? Right? No. So do not miss the class. I'm telling you, do not miss the class because we have started from scratch, no? Right? So even for you experienced people, this is also very good. So tomorrow what we do is, see, I'll ask you one question here. I'll ask you one question. You open the browser and you typed google.com. Guys, Have you ever really thought what will happen if you put the URL and hit enter? What is happening in the backend? The only thing what we say is we open the browser, we put the google.com and hit enter. If the Google is not coming within 1 second, sorry, that this we start creeping, we start scolding. Google is not coming, that is not coming, right? But have you ever thought what is happening in the backend? Some process will be going, but do we know what is that process? Right now you are accessing google.com. Chiti, the same way later you will be working in some company and you will be developing, you're hosting some application, and your same application, your customer is accessing it, and your customer will also tell same thing to you, to your application. Yes, no? So without knowing all these things, how can we go and build a cloud and then put our everything there? No, we should know all these things before we go there. So what is happening from here? See here, what is happening from here to here? We'll see it tomorrow. Right? Now I'll take your questions. Go ahead with the questions today. Don't leave the class until I say please. 5 more minutes. That's it. Don't leave the class. Okay, go ahead. And then admin, can you please put that details? So many people started asking the registration details and all. So they'll put it. Videos until demo classes, you will get it. Guys, Ria Sir classes is very, 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 God grace, it's very popular. I'm not doing self boosting, but I'm telling you, right? It's very hard. You don't get another Ria Sir. So videos and all, it's very hard. I'm telling you. Right, but I'm telling you everything will be in your I will share all the PPTs, I'll share all the material with you, right? And you will get the video links until the demo. After that, I recommend, if something one or maybe I'll see, but I don't commit it. Okay, I would recommend to join my class every day, learn. See, Chiti, see, please be with me for please be with me for 50-55 days. I'll kick this AWS in your brains. I'll leave it. Okay. Okay. Can't you spend 50 days for your career with me? Hmm? Guys, give me a chance and take a chance. Right? Right? I'm telling you, give me a chance and you also take a chance, and we'll do this. Slowly we learn. This space is okay? Yes, no? Yes. After training, what AWS exam you pass? You will pass solution architect, Rishikesh. That is it. Right? So I would recommend everyone to join the class. 1 or 2, that's fine. Right? I'll talk to them, but I don't commit. But I would recommend, if something is very popular, it will not be available in market. Okay. Okay. Don't miss the class, just in case. It's just only 1 hour, macha, please. Okay. Don't. You know what? In my previous classes, 15 years of experience, 20 years of experience also, daily they'll attend, even in their busy schedules. Okay. Okay, let's not talk about it. You can talk to the management on that. So on the course side, any other questions? A web server. We'll talk a lot on this web server. So so guys, okay, now in real time, see few examples on this web server is, have you heard about Nginx? So you might have heard about Nginx, right? Or you might have heard of Apache, HTTPD. All these things are example for web server. We'll talk about all these things. Okay, in here you might have heard about Tomcat, IIS, all these things come under application server. No, we don't. Leave it on me, no? We'll take care of everything, okay? Any prior knowledge is required? No prior knowledge is required. No. Please share your email ID. What you want to send some? That is my email ID. Take it. Any other questions, Titi? The subject is clear, no? Super. So I'll be taking your questions every day also. Do not worry, right? Slowly, aram se, we'll do it. So Rajesh, you there here? Rajesh, can you put the registration details again? People missed it before. And guys, he also put yesterday's recording link, day 1. Please save that YouTube link. Not good. So what's it? You want to take screenshot also? Kavi? Okay. I don't mind, take the screenshots. Don't write any, guys. And another thing, when you are with me, right? When you are with me, these 50 to 50 days, you are completely mine. I'm telling you, you are completely mine. Whatever I say, you should listen, please. If you want to become hero in AWS, okay? When I'm teaching, if you want a few points, you can write it in your running notes. Otherwise, listen this carefully, because I don't want to concentrate. I don't want you to concentrate on two things. And when you are learning for me, don't go to that demi, this demi, that tube, this tube, right? And that did nothing. Okay. Don't go and learn here and there, because you will get, there are so many sugar patients. What they do is, I call them sugar patients. They want to learn too much. They'll go here, that, this, that demi, this, that, practical, and nothing will happen. Okay. So please be with me only. Okay. And I'll take care of you every day. Okay. Do not go and read that, this and that, because unnecessarily you'll get confused. Okay. These are all prerequisites required for my class. Okay. Super. So tomorrow we have class. Tomorrow we'll talk about very interesting things. So do not miss the class, guys. Cool. So can you give me the final CC for today? Final CC with smile, please. I have given this much topic. You give one smile, that is enough for me. Yes. Narendra, heart symbol. I like that also. Excellent. Same time tomorrow. Same link, same time tomorrow. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next very fantastic topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow on the same time, 9 o'clock on the same link. Bye-bye, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Don't miss a class.